This is the Mariners POSTCAST, your instant game reaction for the Seattle Mariners. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Wow. What a huge win. Game 1 of the ALCS goes the Mariners' way. It's just, I don't even know how to describe it at this point because you get so many Herculean efforts. I'm using a Chris Crawford term there.
Yeah, I like
it starts with Bryce Miller. It continues with Cal Raleigh. It continues with Jorge Polanco. The bullpen, you could throw Julio Rodriguez in there as well. So many awesome performances just 2 days after going 15 innings against the Detroit Tigers in Game 5. While Toronto was sitting there waiting for you with their ace, you throw out your fourth best pitcher on short rest, and you get the Game 1 win in the ALCS. Just fantastic. You stole a game. I don't think it's overstating that you stole this game, and the Mariners were the better team. I think besides that first pitch from Bryce Miller, you got a ton tonight. We'll talk about Bryce Miller's start. We'll talk about Big Dumper coming up huge. We'll talk about Jorge Polanco coming up huge. We'll talk about this bullpen today. But Chris Crawford, I want to know your thoughts as the Mariners win Game 1 of the ALCS.
I've just got to be completely honest with everyone. I didn't think they stood a chance of winning this game. I thought there was no freaking way. And it was because of everything that could have possibly been going against you. You have your fifth best starter at best going against what I still believe is their best starter. The guy who's pitching Game 2 might have something to say about it. But their most reliable starter, the guy you know you're going to get the most against. Yeah. You have a team that is traveling across the country from Seattle, Washington to Toronto, whatever province it's in. And you have everything going against you. And you come out with a win here. And I don't think you can overstate how massive this is. I don't think you can overstate it. And a ton of credit to all 26 dudes today, even the ones who didn't play. Even the ones who didn't play, to come out and have an effort like this, where you were clearly the better baseball team for the last 8 innings as well. Clearly the better baseball team for the last 8 innings. It makes Game 2 now, and we're just talking about Game 1, but you have to lay in the fact that Game 2 is now icing. Game 2 is now an icing game, and it's a chance for some delicious icing, like Costco cheesecake icing, like the type of icing that you want to live on icing. Oh, this is such a big win, and there's so many people who deserve such plaudits for being able to take this one. I am steal one from my grandma, pleased as punch.
Pleased as punch, indeed. And we've been doing this all year, and I think it's the perfect time to do this again. Let's start with the start, because oh my goodness. Considering the circumstances, considering the expectations, considering the stakes, this might have been the greatest Mariners start in this postseason, Chris Crawford.
Yeah. I mean, especially when you consider the level of expectation, right? Because I thought we were going to get 3 or 4 out of Bryce and feel pretty good about it. Like, hey, okay, sets you up pretty well for Game 2. Maybe you didn't have to use the high leverage guys. That's how negative I was. And it wasn't because of a disbelief in this team. It was just situational, right? And the fact that Bryce Miller, for the majority of this year, has been a bad baseball player. He's been a bad pitcher. There's a reason for it. It's injury related. It has nothing to do with injuries. But oh my gosh. So first inning, very first pitch, he misses the where he wants that ball to go. It leaks out over the plate. George Springer puts a terrific swing on it. It's 1-0. Yeah. Nathan Lukes has one of the best at-bats you'll see, and I think struck out. I think it was strike 3. We could talk about the umpire being a factor again after not being a factor in Game 5, but he issues that walk. He gets Vladdy to hit a piss missile right to Julio Rodriguez, and I'm not feeling good. And then the next batter walks, and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, this is going to be ugly. If he can keep it to 2 runs, I'm going to feel great. not only did he keep it to just the one run, I think he gave up one base runner for the rest of that game.
Yeah.
He was phenomenal. And here's another case of where, look, strikeouts are the best. Strikeouts are what you should go for. You don't have to strike guys out to get batters out, though. And was there some hard contact that went unrewarded for the Jays in this game? Yeah, absolutely there was. But for the most part, Bryce Miller was shoving, locating everything, and changing eye levels. That's what made Bryce pitcher their best pitcher at the end of 2024. Changing eye levels with the fastball and the splitty. Today, it was more the fastball and the curveball, but it was still effective regardless.
Yep.
I don't think you can the biggest thing for me, not just the one run, getting 6 from Bryce.
Yes. It's the length when you had no guys left in the tank in terms of compared to what you normally would have. It was so huge. And it wasn't like, let's just kind of stretch him out and kind of get much of it as we can. He was great today.
Regular season, he's probably going another inning. Regular season, he's probably going one more. But I totally get that call. Not real quick. The bullpen usage today, I loved from Dan Wilson.
Yes.
Loved it. A lot of people were wondering about Gabe Spire there. Gabe Spire versus 6, 7, 8 is the perfect time to use Gabe Spire after he had struggled. Dalton Varsho can't hit left-handed pitching. Nope. Ernie Clement, I know he had a really good series against the Yankees. I still feel pretty confident in Gabe Spire getting that guy out. And gosh, I don't even remember who's hitting 8th for Toronto right now. But that's the perfect time to use Gabe Spire. Perfect time. You show trust in him, but you're also showing a little bit of, we got to be a little careful here too. We don't want to use this guy. Obviously, you wouldn't be using him against Vladdy no matter what, unless you're down all of your relievers. But that's a great usage of Dan Wilson. Matt Brash continues to just look phenomenal. And Andres Munoz, man, the idea that there were people questioning this guy as a closer still makes me mad. Just absolutely pisses me off because this guy's as good of a closer as anyone in baseball. That slider today was so freaking good. He dominated Vladdy Jr. Yes. That was the middle of that order, and he dominated it. What an unbelievable job by that bullpen.
Yeah, and let's not forget, this is another level of domination because of who you were facing. This is a Toronto team that came in scorching hot. And they lit up a decent Yankees pitching staff, at least decent.
Sure.
And I get the matchup wasn't great.
Oh, I think Anders froze. You guys can let me know if Anders froze. I'm sorry if I'm talking over you, Anders. It could be me frozing, but I think it might be your internet there. Chat, let me know. I don't think that you can overstate how good the pitching staff was here. Anders, if you can hear me, just exit and come back in, and we'll do a quick commercial break. I don't think you can overstate how good the Seattle Mariners pitching was against a really good lineup, and they're so good at home. So good at home. Bryce, as Teresa says here, Bryce Miller froze him up. Absolutely. That's just how good Bryce Miller was. He even got Anders Hurst out. So we're going to take a quick commercial break, give some love to our sponsors because we cannot do this show without them. And we'll be back to talk about some absolute clutch hitting on the Locked On Mariner postcast. Let's go. Today's episode is brought to you by Monarch Money. Most people can't name all their financial accounts or even what they're worth, whether it's 401ks, properties, or investments. And when you don't have the full picture, you can end up leaving money on the table. That's why there is Monarch Money. It's an all-in-one personal finance tool that brings your entire financial life together in one clean, easy-to-use interface on your laptop or your phone. Monarch is built for people with busy lives. If you've put off organizing your finances, Monarch is for you. Monarch does heavy lifting for you. You can link all of your accounts in minutes, see clear data visuals, get smart categorization of your spending, and finally feel in control of your money without ever touching a spreadsheet. It's the simplicity of it. The fact that you can put everything into one thing. It's the big dumper of financial accounts because it can do absolutely everything. So don't let financial opportunity slip through the cracks. Use code LOCKEDONMLB at monarchmoney.com in your browser for half off your first year. That's 50% off your first year at monarchmoney.com with code LOCKEDONMLB. Today's episode is also brought to you by FanDuel. The NFL season is here, and FanDuel has an offer that you cannot miss. Right now, new customers can bet just $5 and get $300 in bonus bets if you win. That's right. Pick a bet, put down $5, and if it hits, you'll unlock $300 in bonus bets to use across the app. Hopefully, somebody used it on Jackson Smith and Jigba and over receiving yards because holy crap, was that guy good today. Hopefully, you bet the under on Jacksonville Jaguars points because that was pretty nice too. Long story short, go Seahawks. So what are you waiting for? Visit FanDuel.com to download the FanDuel app today and get started. There's my buddy.
Hey, I'm back. Sorry, guys.
Why don't we just switch? I'll host the second half of the show.
Go ahead. I just want to give
it.
everyone a quick heads up that I'm at my parents' house, so that's why my Wi-Fi is crap.
I
had a little
Mr.
viewing
and Mrs.
party.
Hers.
They're not behind me. They're not here, but I kind of went in the little den.
They're not that
sports
cowboy in the back there? I could.
No, believe it or not, they are not.
I thought that was a family photo.
Yeah,
I thought that was a family photo.
Maybe it is. Maybe it is.
So let's talk about the offense, Anders. That first inning was frustrating. And, you get first and third with one out. And I wanted to ask you about the one thing I have with Mr. Daniel Wilson today. Just the one thing. Ground ball to third base. The contact play is on. I don't actually hate the contact play in that situation just because, it's probably your best chance of getting a run in that situation. As much as I love Josh Naylor, I get it. Hopefully a bad throw or something along those lines. And you're trying to hustle to beat out the double play as well.
Yep.
The throw to the plate. It looked really close, Anders. And there were some images that were sent to me that suggested he was safe. There were images that were sent to me that suggested he was out. One way or another, Anders, you got a challenge there, don't you?
Yeah, and it's at the very least a 50-50 call. And it's worth pointing out, number one, you get two challenges in the postseason. So that another one, people that are like, yeah, you got to save that. It's really early in the game. You never know if you'll need it later. You have two. And I know it doesn't end up coming to bite you here, but because you have two, might as well use it there because it's so close. If you get an early run there, it's massive. It's massive. The other thing that I don't think a lot of people are recognizing, we also could have, and this is less to do with the challenge, more to do with the contact play. They could have gotten a double play and the inning would have been over anyway.
Right.
Like I was questioning their decision to throw home. It was one out. Yeah. It was a pretty hard hit ground ball, well taken. There wasn't any bobbling whatsoever. And it was Jorge Polanco running to first. So it's not like he has a bunch of wheels. So I don't know. I think it sucks. And a lot of people pointed out to me, everyone blames Dan. It eventually is the manager's decision, but it's not him that's getting the information. He's not actually watching the video. It's the video team that's doing it and then telling him whether to challenge or not. And then, of course, Dan Wilson's the one that decides to do it. So I don't know where the blame, quote unquote, lies for that non-decision or decision. But I'm just going to say the coaching staff. Like I said, this is one of those situations where you don't know if it's on the manager or on somewhere else, analytics team, replay team, whatever. But I feel like a challenge would have been warranted there for sure.
That my thing is that if it was the only challenge of the game, and if you get the data, you see the image of the suggestion that his foot is over the bag but not touching it, okay. But if you get two, is there really going to be a situation? You hope not anyway. You hope not that. And you know what it is? If you do the challenge there, you just got to be really careful with the second one. Really careful.
Yep.
Give it a look. There's no harm in giving it a look in that situation. That's
and
my
we've
only
seen
thing.
Dan Wilson do that before, where it's kind of a gut challenge, where it's just like, hey, my guy tells it to me, like, why not? Let's give the challenge. So I was very surprised more than anything else that he didn't.
To me, it's the floor versus ceiling thing, right? The floor of that is okay. You still got one challenge left. The ceiling is you get a run, right? And you feel better at 1-1 than 1-0, which you were down for a long time.
Yeah.
But not for long. Not for too long anyway, because Cal Raleigh. And I'm going to be honest with you, Anders. I was not feeling great about their swings against Gossman. It wasn't actually the swings against Gossman. There were so many balls hit to the warning track today. So many balls that they just got under. And I was just kind of feeling like it's one of those days. It's one of those days where Gossman has the good splitter today, and they just haven't, when it's been high and let it fly, they just haven't got it done. But on a pitch that was not high, down low, Cal Raleigh comes up as huge as possible and gives you that tie game. This guy's just special.
I mean, it's such a great swing too. And they talked about it. John Smoltz did, which crazy that he actually can talk about something other than pitching. Wow. But it was a great swing. He was so quick to the ball. Oh. That's when Cal Raleigh is locked in, right? And he was that way for most of the game today. He was taking some great ABs. The top of the order was great, minus maybe Randy. But everyone else at the top of that order was doing exactly what they needed to do today. But Cal Raleigh, man, in the moment where you absolutely needed him the most, I think it was one of those situations where once the first came, everyone else was like, okay, now we're locked in. We're getting our offense going. It's such a momentum thing with this team in particular. We've talked about it, if it matters or not, with just baseball in general. I think with this team, there is an element of that for sure. When Cal, your guy that's carried you all season long, hits one out, and your pitcher has done amazing work just to keep it 1-0 at that point, and then it's a brand new ball game just like that. It's the guys woke up, and it's like, okay, let's go. And you saw that for the rest of the game. And then from there on out, it was all Mariners. All Mariners.
All Mariners. Yeah, they absolutely dominated this game from that point on. So in that same inning, and here I'll just give you my unsung hero right now, Anders. It's Julio Rodriguez, because drawing that walk to get Gossman out of the game, then getting to second base on the wild pitch, and allowing Jorge Polanco the opportunity to be, I'm going to make the joke because I said I was going to do it. You can call it me at the Ralph Lauren Factory Outlet Mall because it's polo season, baby. It is absolutely polo season. And for him to hit that liner, and I got to be honest again, I'm never lying, I guess. I say I got to be honest too often on this show and on every show. As soon as that ball dropped in and as soon as Julio Rodriguez crossed home plate, I knew the Seattle Mariners were going to win this game. I knew the Seattle Mariners were going to win this game. And you know,
Nostradamus made an appearance.
Nostradamus made an appearance. I just felt so confident that they were going to get the job done because I saw Toronto press. And this is what's really interesting to me, Anders. I think they're going to be pressing even harder tomorrow because it's a must-win game for the Toronto Blue Jays tomorrow. Really good pitcher on the mound for them. Really, really, really talented. But you still got to score. You still got to score runs. Have they announced a starter for game 2 yet, Anders? The Seattle Mariners?
I haven't seen anything. Let me scroll through Twitter real quick. I want to say it's going to be Castillo. I would be completely surprised if it's not.
See, I think it's going to be Gilbert. I think it's going to be Gilbert.
Think so?
Yeah, just because 2 days rest on 30 pitches, what was basically his throw day, and how good Castillo has been at home. I think they want to save him for that home start. We know it won't be Wu. We know it won't be Kirby. But I'll be really curious to see what they go with. They may not announce it till tomorrow. They may see who's feeling the best, you know. But that's big. And then, you know, sorry to skip ahead, but the liner to make it 3-1. Once again, a terrific piece of hitting from Jorge Polanco. This guy has just been, and again, my favorite part about Jorge Polanco, and I don't blame anyone for not wanting Jorge Polanco before the season. I don't. He was terrible.
Yeah.
But this is why baseball's the best, because baseball offers redemption arcs better than any other sport. And the redemption arc for Jorge Polanco cannot be overstated. He should win comeback player of the year. He won't, but he should win comeback player of the year.
Yeah, for me, I'm going to go my unsung hero is, what's a clever way of saying this? I'll just kind of say it, and then you can think of a clever way to say it. Okay. Randy and Victor Robles' defense is switching places because Randy makes an outstanding catch in left field, and Victor Robles, there's some sort of adventure going on there in the bottom.
Lineup cards! Oh, lineup cards! Oh, you know, thank God they win this game, and that run doesn't end up scoring because Otherwise, we're talking about it. I think that's a great point. Randy Arozarena played a really good defensive game today. It's kind of funny. What Randy helped you a lot today with is base running and with defense.
Yes.
And, the base running's been there for most of the year because, you see the stolen bases. And I can remember a few gaffes, but for the most part, he's pretty good there.
Yeah.
There have been defensive adventures and then some. But Randy was so good charging the baseball today, as good as I've seen him in a long, long time. That was massive. I think that's a great call, that he was the unsung hero with his defense for sure. That might be one of those statements that, like, if in movies, when someone states it, it like opens up a bomb or something like that. Randy Arozarena's defense is what caused
that's a good point.
The end of the world. But he was so good.
Can I also quickly shout out JP Crawford's defense at short? I know he doesn't necessarily make any crazy plays, but his throws have been much stronger lately.
Yes.
That was something I was really worried about, especially going into the Detroit series, coming out of the regular season. I think he looks healthier now. Obviously, you'd like him to do a little bit more offensively because he hit the ground ball to the exact same spot 4 different times. But him being a average to good, possibly shortstop, just making the plays that you need to, doesn't have the most range in the world. Absolutely, it will play in this series because you need good defense. And especially the way Polo's been playing much better at second base as well. I'm feeling better and better incrementally about the middle infield right now defensively.
So, and I would totally agree. I'll bring up this point real quick before we end. Number one, it has been announced Logan Gilbert will be starting game 2.
Got it.
I think it's absolutely the right call. Absolutely the right call. And then you can play with the Woo, Kirby, Castillo. It doesn't really matter what order you go, I think, with those guys at home. But I do think going with your second best or best starter in that situation is the right call. Real quick on the Crawford thing. The big thing that I have noticed with Crawford lately is he's not rushing his throws. He's taking some time. He's taking that crow hop. He rushed some throws in the Detroit series. He's rushed some throws all year. And some of that has to do with not trusting your arm strength. I think he's kind of realizing, you know what? I've got some time here. I have one of the best wet ass, stretchers in the baseball. I get it. It's like, how do I say this right? I'm sorry. He looks like Megan Thee Stallion out there sometimes, and he gets the job done. He is the real big dumper. He is the real big dumper. But he's taking that time, and he played, he goes hitless, I believe, in this game, but he draws a bunch of 3-ball counts. Yep. Great to see Gino get a double after
I was going to make sure we got that in too.
Oh, I hope Gino can get going, man, because they need it so bad. So bad. This is a great win. Game 2 tomorrow at 2:00 because why not? Logan Gilbert against Trey Savage. Going to see a lot of splitties. Going to see a lot of splitties from both these guys. We'd really appreciate it if you hit like, if you hit subscribe. Stay tuned for Ty and Colby. They will definitely have an episode coming up. Talk about the joy. But your Seattle Mariners are now 3 wins away from going to the World Series. They have stolen home field advantage. One of the best home teams outside of the Blue Jays has stolen home field advantage. 1,150 of you at one point in here. This is just insane. We appreciate it so much, so very much. We'll be back tomorrow. Let's go make it 2-0. And I will set the outro video because that's what we do. Locked On Mariners. Let's go.
Talk to you guys tomorrow. Go Mariners.
This is the Mariners Postcast, your instant game reaction for the Seattle Mariners. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.